So hello everyone, my name is Kafuma John Delvin. So we're back again here with the programming tutorial for Python. So we looked at invoking the interpreter, argument passing, interactive mode. So we also looked at the interpreter and its environment, where we saw that you could set the encoding for your Python code, or you could make the Python file an executable by defining the Python interpreter in the shebang, using the shebang. So the third module we are going to look at, in section 3, we are going to look at an informal introduction to Python. So for the informal introduction to Python, is saying that in the following examples, input and output are distinguished by the presence of this and that. So if you see a line that begins with this or this, it is an input. So to repeat the example, you must type everything after the prompt. So let's go through this. This is what they mean. So also many examples in this manual, even those entered at the interactive prompt, include comments. So in Python, comments are lines that begin with a hash. So if a line begins with a hash, it's a comment. By comment, a comment specifically in programming, it means that line that only describes what the specific code does, but does not get interpreted by the interpreter or the compiler, depending on the programming language. It could be a compiled language like Java. For example, Java has its own way of defining what a comment is. Python has its own way. So a comment is very different from this. So even though this is colored as a comment, it is actually interpreted by the shell, not the interpreter. It is the shell that interprets that. So for a comment, it is something that tells you what the code is actually doing. So if I was to say add a comment here, I would be like, this prints a message to the console or to the terminal, whatever, or to the terminal. So this is now what I mean by a comment. This is a comment. If you run your code, the interpreter won't interpret that line, but it will interpret this line, the one that is next to it. So this one is what's going to be interpreted, not this one, but this one on line 3. So if I run this code, control 2, just those are my commands that I implemented myself. But if you are using Vim and you don't know those commands, you could simply do out, and then you quit. And that is how you quit out of Vim. So then you run py main.py. So you see, it's only the hello world that has been printed, not the commands themselves. So sorry, not the comment, but the command. So think that's it with the comments. Thank you for watching.